Promulgation of Universal Peace by Abdul Baha Abbas. Another cause of dissension and disagreement is the fact that religion has been pronounced at variance with science. Well, magic is the art and science of religion, so remember that. Between scientists and the followers of religion, there has always been controversy and strife, for the reason that the latter have proclaimed religion superior in authority to science and considered scientific announcement opposed to the teachings of religion. Baha'u'llah declared that religion is in complete harmony with science and reason. If religious belief and doctrine is at variance with reason, it proceeds from the limited mind of man, and not from God. Therefore, it is unworthy of belief, and not deserving of attention. The heart finds no rest in it, and real faith is impossible. How can man believe that which he knows to be opposed to reason? Is this possible? Can the heart accept that which reason denies? Reason is the first faculty of man, and the religion of God is in harmony with it. Baha'u'llah has removed this form of dissension and discord from among mankind and reconciled science with religion by revealing the pure teachings of the divine reality. This accomplishment is specialized to him in this day. Still another cause of disagreement and dissension has been the formation of religious sects and denominations. Baha'u'llah said that God has sent religion for the purpose of establishing fellowship among humankind and not to create strife and discord, for all religion is founded upon the love of humanity. Abraham promulgated this principle. Moses summoned all to its recognition. Christ established it, and Muhammad directed mankind to its standard. This is the reality of religion. If we abandon hearsay and investigate the reality and inner significance of the heavenly teachings, we will find the same divine fountain of love for humanity. The purport is that religion is intended to be the cause of unity, love, and fellowship, and not discord, enmity, and estrangement. Man has forsaken the foundation of divine religion and adhered to blind imitations. Each nation has clung to its own imitations, and because these are at variance, warfare, bloodshed, and destruction of the foundation of humanity have resulted. True religion is based upon love and agreement. Baha'u'llah has said, if religion and faith are the causes of enmity and sedition, it is far better to be non-religious, and the absence of religion would be preferable. For we desire religion to be the cause of amity and fellowship. If enmity and hatred exist, irreligion is preferable. Therefore, the removal of this dimension has been specialized in Baha'u'llah, for religion is the divine remedy for human antagonism and discord. But when we make the remedy the cause of the disease, it would be better to do without the remedy. Other sources of human dissension are political, racial, and patriotic prejudices. These have been removed by Baha'u'llah. He has said, and has guarded his statement by rational proofs from the holy books, that the world of humanity is one race, and the surface of the earth one place of residence, and that these imaginary racial barriers and political boundaries are without right or foundation. Man is degraded in becoming the captive of his own illusions and suppositions. The earth is one earth, and the same atmosphere surrounds it. No difference or preference has been made by God for its human inhabitants. But man has laid the foundation of prejudice, hatred, and discord with his fellow man by considering nationalities separate in importance and races different in rights and privileges. Diversities of languages has been a fruitful cause of discord. The function of language is to convey the thought and purpose of one to another. Therefore, it matters not what language man speaks or employs. 60 years ago, Baha'u'llah advocated one language as the greatest means of unity and the basis of international conference. He wrote to kings and rulers of the various nations, recommending that one language should be sanctioned and adopted by all governments. According to this, each nation should acquire the universal language in addition to its native tongue. The world would then be in close communication, consultation would become general, and dissensions due to diversity of speech would be removed. Another teaching of Baha'u'llah is in relation to universal peace, that all mankind must be awakened to and become conscious of the harm of war, and that they should be brought to realize the benefits of peace, and know that peace is from God while warfare is satanic. Well, how do you defend against satanic warfare without godly warfare? Man must emulate the merciful God and turn away from satanic promptings in order that universal inclination shall be towards peace, love, and unity, and the discord of war vanish. Lack of equality between man and woman is likewise a cause of human dissension. Baha'u'llah has named this as an important factor of discord and separation. For so long as humankind remains unequally divided in right and importance between male and female, no unity can be established. In a perfect human body, it is not possible for one organ to be complete and another defective. In the great body of human society, it is possible to establish unity and coordination if one part is considered perfect and the other imperfect. When the perfect functions of both parts in operation, harmony will prevail. God has created man and woman equal as to faculties. He has made no distinction between them. Well, there is sexual dimorphism. Woman has not reached the level of man in human accomplishment because of the lack of opportunity and education. Well, again, in human accomplishment, but specific human accomplishments, man hasn't. In others, woman hasn't. If educational opportunities were made equal and similar, the two parts, man and woman, would equalize in attainment. God has intended no difference between them that should be productive of discord. He has endowed all with human faculties, and all are manifestations of his mercy. If we say man and woman differ in creational endowment, it is contrary to divine justice and intention. Both are human. If God has created one perfect and the other defective, he is unjust. But God is just. All are perfect in his intention and creative endowment. To assume imperfection in the creature is to presuppose imperfection in the Almighty Creator. The soul that excels in attainment of his attributes and graces is most acceptable before God. We are considering the divine plan for the reconciliation of the religious systems of the world. Baha'u'llah has said that if one intelligent member be selected from each of the varying religious systems, and these representatives come together seeking to investigate the reality of religion, they would establish an interreligious body before which all disputes and differences of belief should be presented for the consideration and settlement. Such questions could then be weighed and viewed from the standpoint of reality, and all imitations be discarded. By this method and procedure, all sects, denominations, and systems would become one. Do not question the practicability of this, and be not astonished. It has been accomplished and effected in Persia. In that country, the various religionists have conjoined in investigating reality, and have united in complete fellowship and love. No traces of discord or differences remain among them. Now affection and unity are manifest instead. They live together in harmony and accord, like a single family. Antagonism and strife have passed away. Love and agreement have taken the place of hatred and animosity. Furthermore, these souls who have followed Baha'u'llah have attained this condition of fellowship and affliction. Are Muslimin, Jews, Christians, Mazayasnaha, Zarathustraha, Buddhists, Nestorians, Sunnites, Shiites, and others. No discord exists among them. This is proof of the possibility of a unification among the religionists of the world through practical means. Imitations and prejudices which have held men apart have been discarded, and the reality of religion envelops them in perfect unity. When reality envelops the soul of man, love is possible. The divine purpose in religion is pure love and agreement. The prophets of God manifested complete love for all. Each one announced the glad tidings of his successor, and each subsequent one confirmed the teachings and prophecies of the prophet who preceded him. There was no disagreement or variance in the reality of their teachings and mission. Discord has arisen among their followers, who have lost sight of reality and hold fast to imitations. If imitations be done away with, and the radiant, shining reality dawn in the souls of men, love and unity must prevail. In this way, humanity will be rescued from the strife and wars which have prevailed for thousands of years. Dissensions will pass away, and the illumination of unity dawn. Consider how all the prophets of God were persecuted and what hardships they experienced. Jesus Christ endured affliction and accepted martyrdom upon the cross in order to summon mankind to unity and love. What sacrifice could be greater? He brought the religion of love and fellowship into the world. Shall we make use of it to create discord, violence, and hatred among mankind? Moses was persecuted and driven out into the desert. Abraham was banished. Muhammad took refuge in caves. The Bab was killed, and Baha'u'llah was exiled and imprisoned 40 years. Yet all of them desired fellowship and love among men. They endured hardships, suffered persecution and death for our sakes, that we might be taught to love one another and be united and affiliated instead of discordant and at variance. Enough of these long centuries which have brought such vicissitudes and hardships into the world through strife and hatred. Now in this radiant century, let us try to do the will of God, that we might be rescued from these things of darkness and come forth into the boundless illumination of heaven, shunning division and welcoming the divine oneness of humanity. Perchance, God willing, the terrestrial world may become a celestial mirror upon which we may behold the imprint of the traces of divinity, and the fundamental qualities of a new creation may be reflected from the reality of love shining in human hearts, from the light and semblance of God in us. May it be indeed proved and witnessed that God has created man after his own image and likeness. O my God, verily I invoke thee and supplicate before thy threshold, asking thee that all thy mercies may descend upon these souls, specialize them for thy favor and thy truth. O Lord, unite and bind together the hearts, join in accord all the souls, and exhilarate the spirits through the signs of thy sanctity and oneness. O Lord, make these faces radiant through the light of thy oneness, strengthen the loins of thy servants in the service of thy kingdom. O Lord, thou possessor of infinite mercy, O Lord of forgiveness and pardon, forgive our sins, pardon our shortcomings, and cause us to turn to the kingdom of thy clemency. Invoking the kingdom of might and power, humble at thy shrine, and submissive before the glory of thine evidences. O Lord God, make us waves of the sea as flowers of the garden, united, agreed, the bounties of thy love. O Lord, dilate the breasts through the signs of thy oneness, and make all mankind as stars shining from the same height of glory, as perfect fruits growing up thy tree of life. Verily, thou art the Almighty, self-subsistent, the giver, the forgiving, the pardoner, the omniscient, the one creator. July 15th, 1912. Talk at Hotel Victoria, Boston, Massachusetts. Anyways, notes by Edna, Massachusetts. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. Notes by Edna McKinney. The Baha'is must not engage in political movements which lead to sedition. They must interest themselves in movements which conduce to law and order. In Persia, at the present time, the Baha'is have no part in the revolutionary upheavals which have terminated in lawlessness and rebellion. Nevertheless, a Baha'i may hold a political office and be interested in politics of the right type. Ministers, state officials, and governor-generals in Persia are Baha'is, and there are many other Baha'is holding governmental positions. But nowhere throughout the world should the followers of Baha'u'llah be engaged in seditious movements. For example, if there be an uprising here in America, having for its purpose the establishment of a despotic government, the Baha'is should not be connected with it. The Baha'i cause covers all economic and social questions under the heading and ruling of its laws. The essence of the Baha'i spirit is that in order to establish a better social and economic condition, there must be allegiance to the laws and principles of government. Under the laws which are to govern the world, the socialists may justly demand human rights, but without resort to force and violence. The government will enact these laws, establishing just legislation and economics in order that all humanity may enjoy a full measure of welfare and privilege. But this will always be according to legal protection and procedure. Without legislative administration, rights and demands fail, and the welfare of the Commonwealth cannot be realized. Today, the method of a demand is the strike and resort to force, which is manifestly wrong and destructive of human foundations. Rightful privilege and demand must be set forth in laws and regulations. While thousands are considering this question, we have more essential purposes. The fundamentals of the whole economic condition are divine in nature and are associated with the world of the heart and spirit. This is fully explained in the Baha'i teaching, and without knowledge of its principles, no improvement in the economic state can be realized. The Baha'is will bring about this improvement and betterment, but not through sedition and appeal to physical force, not through warfare, but welfare. Hearts must be so cemented together, love must become so dominant that the rich shall most willingly extend assistance to the poor and take steps to establish these economic adjustments permanently. If it is accomplished in this way, it will be most praiseworthy, because then it will be for the sake of God and in the pathway of His service. For example, it will be as if the rich inhabitants of a city should say, "It is neither just nor lawful that we should possess great wealth, while there is abject poverty in this community, and then willingly give their wealth to the poor, retaining only as much as will enable them to live comfortably. Strive together to create love in the hearts, in order that they may become glowing and radiant. When the love is shining, it will permeate other hearts, even as this electric heart illumines its surroundings. When the love of God is established, everything else will be realized. This is the true foundation of all economics. Reflect upon it, and endeavor to become the cause of the attraction of souls, rather than to enforce minds. Manifest true economics to the people. Show what love is, what kindness is, what true severance is, and generosity. This is the important thing for you to do. Act in accordance with the teachings of Baha'u'llah. All his books will be translated. Now is the time for you to live in accordance with his words. Let your deeds be the real translation of their meanings. Economic questions will not attract hearts. The love of God alone will attract them. Economic questions are most interesting, but the power which moves, controls, and attracts the hearts of men is the love of God. So, everything matters, but there are things that pull the rest of it with it.